What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and today we got to talk about Shannon Sharpe opening up with how it felt to be fired from Undisputed on FS1. Now he ultimately reached a buyout agreement with Fox Sports after the NBA Finals last year, but we've seen Skip Bayless try to scramble. He's brought in people from Keyshawn Johnson, Michael Irvin, Paul Pierce, Richard Sherman, uh, you name it, even more than that, to try to replace the presence of Shannon Sharpe on that show. So he's trying to get different personalities to equal that one. And his ratings are still going down while Shannon Sharpe hasn't even reached his peak in media, it doesn't seem yet. He's had some um, great interviews. Him and Ocho Cinco's doing well, and when he appears on First Take, it elevates their platform. So Shannon Sharpe is a hot commodity in the sports world right now, and maybe even beyond with the Club Shay Shay, because that's something that allows him to diversify and get outside of sports at times. But he appeared on the Black Money Tree podcast, and he was asked about this, and this is what Shannon Sharpe had to say. He said, "I'd be lying if I told you I thought I'd be where I am right now at this point in time. Did I think it was possible? Yes, but I thought it was going to take me a lot longer than what it actually took me. It's tough. People are like, well, Shannon, why did you get so emotional? Because if you knew what I put into that job, you would understand. The greater the expectation, the greater the hurt when it doesn't work out. And I poured so much into that. I gave up everything. I lost relationships because I couldn't go out to dinner. I couldn't go on vacations. I had to watch all the sporting events because I got to be able to talk about them on television and talk about them expertly. So it cost me a lot. I believed I could be where I am today, but I just thought it was going to take me a couple years. But to say it didn't hurt to leave, because it did, because of what I put into that. It hurt me to lose because I put so much into that job. Now I look at it and say, I'm no longer talent. You can't fire me from Shay Shay Media because I own it. You can't fire me from Nightcap. You can't fire me from Club Shay Shay. I own it. That's the way I look at my business now. You're going to be my partner. You're no longer just going to cut me a check to do something. So Shannon Sharpe, if you look at again the way that his stuff is going, he's on Cowherd's The Volume. Him and Ocho Cinco doing the same thing, skyrocketing out of here. Is inspired, Stephen A. Smith and others to try to start their own. And nobody wants to be able to be fired. You know what I'm saying? That's and you see someone like Shannon Sharpe. FS1 really dropped the ball on that one because Shannon was clearly too big for that. And you saw who was bringing in the ratings. Skip got a big slice of humble pie where his ego took over and he thought it was him. Yeah, you put it together, you put him in position, but things change over the course of time. Shannon Sharpe has been able to spawn multiple things since leaving. And again, I think First Take is a good look for him a couple of days a week. And First Take is trying to even offer Shannon Sharpe probably Pat McAfee type of money. They say it's a massive deal. And I can't imagine Shannon Sharpe wanting to do First Take. And they're also going to try to get him to do a new NFL show that they're doing, presumably. So I think, they're going to have to really back up the Brinks truck for him to justify him doing that because he's going to do Nightcap. He's still got to do his interviews with Club Shay Shay, and Nightcap is taking off so much that he doesn't need ESPN anymore. It was a good look. It was good to kind of be in the limelight for a little bit, but it's still a job. And Shannon is one of those guys at this point who has his own platforms. He gets to speak how he wants. Um, he brings more to you as a network than you bring to him. So I'll be interested to see what those numbers end up being and what Shannon Sharpe is willing to expect because ESPN tries to get you in there and work you so much. Problem with that is he has his own platforms and he seems to know his worth. He says, he can't be fired from Shay Shay Media. And it's funny how a lot of times it takes for you to lose a situation to really know your worth. And that's why, there's no need to get mad. Like you could be a bit disappointed when you get fired or something like that, and yeah, rent might be due and all that type of stuff. But sometimes, man, it is some silver lining in there somewhere. Um, because you realize like you've been overworked for the pay they was paying you. Um, you can actually do some more things when you have a little more time. You have more talents than what they try to pigeonhole you into. They try to put you in a little box, man, and just keep you there. And Shannon, that show was getting kind of stale anyway, so Shannon left at the right time. Skip is never going to be able to replace Shannon Sharpe on a platform called Undisputed. And the reason I say that is because they started it together, right? So anybody you bring in now is just like, that you just scrambling. It does has appeared the whole time. You just scrambling. Whereas Shannon Sharpe was kind of inserted in first take. And another thing, Shannon Sharpe had been on first take before with you and Stephen A. Smith. So it's not like he was on a platform that he had never graced before. But because of Skip's ego, you built up Shannon Sharpe's star power, showed the world what he could do, and then allowed him to go back to the competitor. If you think about what actually happened, y'all built something together, but you wanted to play boss so much, or, the most important person, prestige, you want to pull rank so much that you built him up, and he went right back to the very network that, you left. And that's, at the end of the day, that's what transpired. And now he has platforms. I know Skip looks at Nightcap. I know he looks at Club Shay Shay, and that man's got to be sick. I think his Cat Williams interview became the most watched interview on YouTube or something like that. Something crazy. He passed Joe Rogan's biggest one. Now, what I will be wanting to see is if Skip goes on Club Shay Shay at some point. Maybe they'll do that down the line at some point. Skip's had a great career, so no need to feel bad for him. But I think he's on his way out. I think Nick Wrong and some of those, like my boy Ticket TV says, Nick Wrong, some of those people gonna be getting that spot, that Undisputed holds right now, because Undisputed is just all over the place. Uh, Fox would benefit from just, they got to go do some talent hunting right now. I mean, you ain't gonna be able to replace what Shannon Sharpe got now. You just dropped the ball on that one. But at the same time, Shannon was bigger than the network, so they can't look at it like that. When it goes like this for somebody, they were never gonna reach their full potential under your rules and your constructs, like he's done now, right? Because him and Ocho Cinco, they kind of have like a raw take on their show, and you would have never been able to do it like that on FS1. Um, but it's just enough where he don't go so far that he can't be employed at ESPN, and he can't do Club Shay Shay. So he's got his hat, his hands in different hats, man. So shout out to Shannon Sharpe. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time.
Skip tweeted something, and although I disagree with the tweet, and hopefully Skip would take it down.
I'm not going to take it down.
Skip, 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 Skip.